Today we have a 2008 Chevrolet Silverado in shop for the speakers being out. Previously we've removed the stereo. That video is available on our website, carstereohelp.com. And we've bench tested the stereo and all speakers work there. The only speakers we're getting to work presently in the vehicle are the tweeters. So we're going to remove the door panel and do a little test to see if we get sound. We're going to start with inside the door handle here, prying up the panel here. This will give access to two screws hidden down here in the panel. These look like 10 millimeters. We're going to remove the one on the left. We have a full library of stereo removal guides at carstereohelp.com. You can see our website. It answers many questions and helps with the repair of the many car stereos as well. Now we've removed the two screws. We're going to take our pry bar and pry the little handle off by the door handle here as well. This is going to give access to a third 10 millimeter screw, and we're going to remove this screw. Next we're going to start at the bottom. There's a little opening or pry opening here at the very bottom for removing this panel that goes along the edge of the handhold. And of course this is going to give access to a screw at the bottom here, another 10 millimeter, and up here at the top as well. This is going to allow us to remove the entire handle and set that to the side. And there are two different style screws. One has a collar on it right here. The other has no collar on it. The screws with the collars on it go top and bottom of the door handle that was removed during the removal process. The the screw without the sleeve on it, there are three of these. They go into the openings underneath the door handle, and the one that goes here as well. Now that we've removed the door handle, we're going to take our pry tool and pry along the edge of the control panel here. This is going to allow us to pull this up and release the triggers on these connectors. This one has a lift trigger. I'm going to lift the trigger up on that, pry under it, lift it up, and that connector will come loose. The main connector here has a trigger on it. Here at the back, you're going to squeeze this trigger down, that will release. We have two other connectors here in the opening. One of them will release down. We're going to move up to the panel at the corner and pry back the top of this panel. In many cases, there's two clips that secure this to the panel, and we're going to remove that and pull that back out of the way. Now, before removing the door panel, we're going to come to the door lock here, and with our small pry tool, we're going to pry that panel off, and this is going to allow us to remove the door lock. We're going to put it back in place, and when you put it back in place, you push the tab back down on it. We'll lock it in place. Now we've removed all the screws from the door panel, and we're going to start with prying the bottom edge of the door panel from the door itself. It's going to separate. All the clips release with pry pressure, and then we're going to make sure all these clips are released. Now we're going to lift the door up off the door, and this will allow us to come back and get to the linkage at the door. Now we're going to turn the door completely upside down. This is going to allow us to twist the lock on here, and with our needle nose pliers we're going to go in and squeeze this connector together. And this is going to allow us to pull it back and allow us to come around and release it. Now we're going to remove the door panel. Now the way this released is we have two little tabs here. You can see them here. And these tabs secure the cable in. So what we're going to do is you squeeze these two tabs down, and it allows this to pass through the opening. and once it passes back through the opening, then you have to turn this to release the ball on the end. Now this is going to give us access to the speaker here. We have one screw at the top. This is going to allow us to pry the top of the speaker. This will release it, pop down. The bottom hinges away from the door itself. And we have a connector on here that we're going to push the trigger down on it. And this will release the speaker. Again, we have a full library of removal guides at carstereohelp.com. And let's see, there we go, we're getting the trigger released on this one. This is kind of difficult. It is a push down to release, but it is very difficult. There we go. Now again, this connector is a push and release. It's a push down, and you can release it, releases the lock, and will allow the connector to come out. We have one more little securing the wire harness to the side of the speaker. We can either cut that off or pull it out and release it. This is how you remove this factory speaker from a 2008 Chevy Silverado. These can be replaced with aftermarket. We're going to troubleshoot this and hook another speaker up to the existing speaker wires to be sure this is the difficulty we're having here. Hope this video has been helpful, and thank you for watching.